Welcome to another G-Thentic review. Today we're taking a look at Apple's M1 Max MacBook Pro. I'll just put the specs here on screen. It's the 16-inch with the 24-core GPU and 32 gigabytes of unified memory. Without further ado, let's just take a look at what comes in the box. So you have the MacBook Pro on top, and then next to that or underneath it is the pouch with the paperwork and also your Pro Apple stickers, which in this case are just really black Apple stickers. Also inside the box is your 140 watt MagSafe charger and your braided MagSafe cable. Now taking a look at the star of the show here, we have a Apple logo on top, and then as we peel the label away, we notice the MacBook Pro is now embossed in the chassis of the laptop underneath it. So let's just carefully remove it from its housing, and here we'll see that highly polished Apple logo. Perhaps the last time it's going to be shiny. On the previous laptop, there were 4 USB ports. On this one, the port selection is a little different with a HDMI port, SD card reader, 3 USB/Thunderbolt ports. There's also a headphone jack capable of playing high impedance headphones. And of course, there's MagSafe capable of fast charging at 140 watts. Now, as you open the lid for the very first time, you're greeted with that beautiful Liquid Retina XDR display. So you can see it here booting up for the very first time, and oh my gosh, that screen is just amazing. Screen resolution is approximately 3.5K, and inside the top of the screen is a notch housing the new 1080p camera. So as I place it next to my previous 2018 MacBook Pro, you could see the differences in screen size and also in height. It's just a little bit taller on the newer MacBook Pro, but the same size keyboard except for the full size function row now, and the smaller bezels on the newer MacBook Pro. Another difference you'll notice is the keys are fully black on the newer MacBook Pro, so there is no longer any metal between the keys that's visible. It's all black. First impressions, the screen seems to be a lot sharper. All the icons are crisper. Text on it is very clean. So now that I've had it set up for some time, let me give you my thoughts. So one of the first things that caught my attention was the lack of fan noise. I'm so accustomed to just opening my previous laptop, browsing certain websites, doing a Zoom video call or a FaceTime call or something to that effect, opening Final Cut Pro, even if I don't have anything editing at the moment, I would just hear a lot of fan noise. Now on this machine, even while playing games so far, I have not heard the fan spin up a single time. The next big takeaway for me is the incredible battery life I've been getting on this machine. Now on my previous machine, I used to get maybe 3 to 4 hours of battery life on any given day. With this new computer, for Blackboard, Collab, Zoom, or any one of those video conferencing things, I'm getting like 11 hours or so of battery life. For typical usage, I'm getting about 10 to 14 hours of mixed usage. That includes watching videos, doing spreadsheets and documents, etc. And if I'm editing or playing games in Final Cut Pro or anything like that, then I'm looking at about 3 to 7 hours of battery life. The next thing, of course, is that display. The screen is very, very awesome. It's a HDR display, gets very, very bright, up to 1600 nits of peak brightness, and I believe about 1000 or 1200 nits of sustained brightness. It's very, very sharp at 3.5K. The colors are rich, as you can see in this LG OLED demo, and it's just a really, really nice display to look at. The speakers are also very good. So with these speakers, you're getting a lot more bass than my previous 2018 computer. Unfortunately, it's not something I could reproduce because my microphone doesn't pick it up very well. However, I find that the bass is maximum at about 50% volume, and then after that the bass starts to fall off. The computer also supports playback of Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision content, and when you're watching supported content on this display, it looks and sounds incredible. I'll just give you a short demo, it's not very accurate, of what the speakers sound like. Also improved is the webcam, which has been upgraded from 720p to 1080p with a new image signal processor, which just makes your face pop even more when you're on your video calls or other conferencing calls. The keyboard is also improved with better key travel, and it's a lot more comfortable for long typing sessions. Now onto the chargers. Like the previous generation, the charger that comes in the box has a removable cable, meaning you could use the MagSafe cable with your older charger or just a smaller charger if you'd like something more portable to carry around. It also means that if you don't wish to use a MagSafe cable, you could also just use a regular USB-C cable and charge via any one of the three USB-C ports on the machine. Also note the MagSafe strength has been improved significantly, so it no longer just falls out easily. Also keep in mind that if you'd like to do a fast charge, you have to use the MagSafe. Otherwise, you're going to get 100 watts or less depending on the charger with the USB ports. Now, TouchID is very easy to set up, and it's also very, very fast and responsive. As you'll see as I demo here, just one tap and the computer unlocks. Also missing from this new keyboard is the touch bar. The touch bar has been replaced with a full-size row of function keys with direct access to commonly used shortcuts. The trackpad is large as usual and very comfortable to use. The large size of this trackpad makes it easy for multi-finger gestures, etc. As you can see the size here in comparison to the new charger. The laptop boots up very quickly and resumes from sleep also very quickly, as you can see here. The Apple Silicon transition has also enabled the playing of sounds using Find My even when the lid of the laptop is closed, as seen here. And just like on AirTags, you get left behind notifications on your laptop. If you left it, say, at a coffee shop, for instance, you'll get a notification on your phone showing the location that it was left, and you could put it in lost mode and it will ping off the Find My network even if it's shut down. And if you're curious about this hardshell cover and keyboard case I've been using, links will be in the description below. How could I forget about performance? Let's just talk about performance for a second here. The laptop performs very, very well. As you can see here, I'm playing X-Plane at max graphic settings. If you see all the sliders here, everything maxed out, and the game runs really well and incredibly smooth. For the most parts, I have no hiccups playing the game. The fans don't spin up. I'm not maxing out the graphics or the CPU, and the game runs really well. The only time I've noticed any slowdown so far is if I'm doing something from an external drive, such as the one attached here, which cannot keep up with the pace at which the computer is crunching all the data it's getting. So that's my first look at the 2021 M1 Max MacBook Pro, 24-core GPU, 10-core CPU, and 32 gigabytes of unified memory. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. And of course, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below.